Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. If you're joining us on the stream tonight, thank you. Apologies we're a little bit late, but technical difficulties, you know how they are. Anyway, we're here. We are the awesome foursome. We're not in the fuck bunker, only Russ is in the fuck bunker. The rest of us are strewn across the UK using the wonders of digital technology to get everything going. And someone has got something on the radio or something that we can hear over the mics. Anyway, don't worry, it won't disrupt the stream. As I said, if you're watching us on the stream, thank you very much. Welcome, wave, everyone, wave. That's why they're here. Wave, wave. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, whichever platform you like to use, thank you very much as well. You are definitely in the majority, and you are keeping the YouTube monies coming in. That's
You're getting money from this.
Are we?
Some of us are. Anyway, so today we're going to be looking at the worst guests. If we were going to invite a group of pop culture awful people to a dinner party, who would they be and
It's actually called a dinner work event.
Dinner work event, socially distanced, no fanning around like the UK government. But yeah, that's what we're going to be getting into. Before we do that, I'm just going to quickly introduce everyone. Russ, hello. Wave.
Sup?
Wave. I'm Tom, because I'm in the stack. I can see myself second, but that might not be what you see. I'm Tom. Duncan, hello.
Hello.
And hello to Dan.
Hello. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
So that's it. As I said, we're going to be looking at some of the awful guests from pop culture that we'd invite to a work/gathering/event/ bring your own booze party.
/birthday party.
/birthday party. And with no further ado, I will hand over to Dan to talk you through the concept.
I mean, you've pretty much explained it, but it is.
So I'll hand back to me.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot going on at the moment. A lot of parties happened at lockdown. I wasn't invited to any of them. I'll have you know, which is, fine because I wouldn't have gone because I didn't want to hang out with those cunts. Anyway,
That's
as
such
a result,
I didn't even want to bloody go anyway. I wouldn't have gone to your cool party.
Boris invites you to a party. Would you go?
No.
No, you're going to end up pregnant or on the front pages of the newspapers with somebody else's pants on your head or something. It's that kind of vibe you get off of him.
Yeah, fuck that cunt. Anyway, I'm going to say that a lot. So I thought it would be fun if we could think of other parties or a party. Like imagine a party, and we're each bringing like the worst possible people in pop culture to this party. I thought that might be quite good fun. The japes and whatnot.
And on the WhatsApp group, we all agreed, just to give you a look behind the curtain, we came up with an idea, we liked it, and that's what we've executed tonight for you.
That's
in the shape
what's
of
happening.
This content.
So who wants to start? Who's got?
So are there any like baseline rules? So like you could we're not just going to invite like Satan or Hannibal
Space
Lecter.
Hitler.
Hannibal Lecter was going to be my first choice.
Well, the thing is,
Quite good fun.
I think he would actually be quite good at a dinner party.
Yeah,
He's
the
an
problem.
excellent host.
Seemed to be quite good, didn't he?
There's long chapters in the book describing how he sets the table settings and worries that the flower arrangement will be too high and it will interrupt the flow of conversation and things like that. He's a really considerate, excellent host as long as you're not the one whose brains are being removed and cooked live at the table. But then for everyone else, that's amazing dinner theatre. That's the sort of thing you pay extra for at Heston Blumenthal.
I mean, he would also be the one that would be able to. He would also be the one that would be able to match the.
Is it just me or is Duncan incredibly
You
quiet?
are really quiet.
You might be the quietest person on a podcast ever.
You're the equivalent of like a field mouse.
Right, how's that?
That's better,
That's
yeah.
much better.
You were
Right, I
you were
was
fine
trying
before
to-
we started.
Yeah, that's because the thing that was a radio in the background was actually talking to her mum. I
Okay.
didn't realise she was going to be picked up.
Fair dues,
So I
fair
do
dues.
apologise.
You understand how microphones work, though, right?
Yes.
I mean, I sincerely apologise for referring to your mother-in-law as a radio.
Also, I mean, looking at the general
I
level of
actually
professionalism we have, it's a big claim to state that any of us know how microphones work.
It's one of the
I
reasons
also
that we
thought-
don't make any
I think
money.
I've got a fairly good idea of how
I
a
actually-
microphone works.
I actually thought this was reasonably good at usually blocking out background noise. But anyway, Hannibal Lecter would also be very good at matching wines for your courses,
Yes.
which is absolutely essential.
Totally
Fava
agree.
beans and a fine Chianti. I mean, if
Yeah.
you went round someone's house and they said we're having fava beans, you'd be like, "You're kidding me?" And then they went, "But I have got to find Chianti."
If
And
it's
you're like,
Hannibal, if it's Hannibal Lecter as well, you have to wonder whether Father Beans is just a father named Beans as well. So
"Oh, it's father, not father."
I know, it's a fucking joke, Tom.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on, I've got a sticker for that. I've got a sticker for that.
Not the joke.
Starting to look a bit moth-eaten, that post-it note. It's not been used very much in the last year or two.
Looking as
I'm
moth-eaten
a
as my Ewan
little
McGregor.
offended,
Sorry. Okay.
that you don't use a new post-it note every time.
I'm not fucking made of money.
It's not clever enough that you could write out a new post-it note.
But what's
every
also
time.
clever about this, and I thought this would be funny, is that the whole first word is in capital letters, and then only the first letter of the second word is a capital letter, and the rest are all lowercase.
I'm too busy laughing at the clever joke.
Tom, that is a clever joke.
It's a clever joke in
Oh,
itself.
whoa! So the clever joke is a clever joke. That's
In
very
itself.
Deep man.
multi-layered. This podcast.
Yeah, it's
Pay
like a fucking
attention,
onion.
guys.
It's
Yeah,
like an onion, mate.
it is. Yeah.
Just keep peeling those layers.
I mean, I was going to choose. No, well, Emma suggested Slimer. I mean, you don't want
Slime is a
Slimer.
fucking terrible dinner guest. I
Yeah,
love
he'd
it.
be a liability, wouldn't he?
Eat all the food.
Don't
So Hannibal
fucking-
Lecter lays out a perfect table. Slimer comes along and eats everything. And
Yeah, I don't think that'd go down well. Because it's
No.
not even like you want your guests to eat well. You don't want them to sort of go home feeling hungry. You want them
Or
to
covered in
finish what's
slime.
on their plate, but you don't want them to tip the entire table up and slobber it all up in one go.
I mean, he is. I mean, we have visual evidence that he is a terrible dinner guest because he's
Exactly.
he's in that hall. Admittedly, you could probably add the Ghostbusters as terrible dinner guests as well, though, because I mean they cause most of the problems there.
To be fair, though,
I
they're
would-
only terrible if you invite them along as well as Slimer, because
Yeah.
they'll just go into work mode, won't they? They'll just be like, we gotta nail this ghost,
Actually-
and we gotta get it.
Yeah, I just get the
Like,
feeling they might be pricks the whole time.
Bankman would be hitting on everyone. So no, because he'll make everyone feel uncomfortable. I think the only one of the Ghostbusters would be Winston.
Yeah, Winston's got his shit together. I think he'd be all right at the dinner party. I think Egon would be weird.
Yeah, he's
Ray,
not full of social grace, is he?
Ray would be talking about
Nothing but
Like,
trouble.
nothing but trouble. F5 Duncan, well done. It's yeah. No, but Slimer is. I'm slightly concerned we're not going to get a better choice than Slimer. Slimer is the archetypal shit dinner guest. Fucking leaves a mess everywhere. Just no social grace whatsoever at all, and will eat everything as well.
Gee, that sounds like me.
Sounds like me as well. Hang on, are we the worst dinner
Worst.
guest?
We might be.
We'd be pretty bad. I
Yeah.
think we would be pretty bad.
Russ wouldn't. Russ is perfect. Russ is definitely the most perfect dinner guest you could ever have.
Russ would watch a YouTube video of how to make a swan out of a napkin, and then
It's like how to
just do it.
pretend you're a normal human being with proper social interaction skills.
That too.
That one too. Yeah.
I'd go to watch it and watch a video on a graphics card or something instead. So
Nvidia 3050 RTX.
yeah.
Finally reviewed.
Yeah. Review doesn't exist, so it's fine.
Fair enough.
None of these graphics cards actually exist. There is 6 graphics cards that ever get made, and they get sent to the people to tell us how great these graphics cards are, and then we will never ever see them.
But even those people are no longer saying how great graphics cards are. They're all saying nobody
They keep
can
sending us
get these.
Yeah. Why do they keep sending us these graphics cards? Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
adjusting.
this is, like you say, Dan, one less on the shelf, which
Yeah.
is basically means there's none on the shelf.
Which means there's 50% less on the shelves. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Graphics
Anyway.
cards. Fucking
Anyway, can I throw Frank Reynolds into the mix here, because he is our poster child. He's one of our poster children, I think. Is he not on the social media post that went down?
Yeah, like when I was putting the graphics together for it's like who would be basically whenever you think who would be the worst people to whatever, you instantly think of the Always Sunny gang.
Yeah. Can I add that I would possibly go Gail the Snail rather than Frank Reynolds.
It's awful. I mean, I would throw
Yeah.
salt at her.
Wasn't it like they have? Is it their like the Thanksgiving party where they trap Cricket in a burning apartment and then deny all knowledge of it later on?
Yes.
Yeah, when he's dressed in his like homemade emperor's cowl, drops it down. It's just half his face is gone.
But yeah, like them, they're all sort of awful individually, but in a kind of party situation, they sort of amplify each other's awfulness.
Yeah.
So there's been, there's been
Absolutely.
various party type things in Always Sunny, and they've all been horrific.
But Charlie obviously brings with him some culinary skill, if you want to call it that. Milk steak.
Milk steak.
With a garnish of
Milk
jelly
steak.
beans, raw. That would obviously be interesting. A grilled Charlie, a grilled Frank. You could try all these things. Frank would probably bring rum ham.
Rum ham, I was about to say, yeah.
Rum ham! I'm sorry, rum ham.
God, you're just making me want to watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia again.
Easy to do, my friend. All you need to do is quote Always Sunny, and you're like...
Yeah, it doesn't take
"Yeah,
much. It takes like a second, yeah.
I think if Frank Reynolds at the point where he was trying to be the most depraved he possibly could, just wandering around with an open shirt, beer down him, making those awful guttural noises. That would be pretty. That would be like pretty, apex Frank, I think. Yeah, pretty
agree.
disgusting. Pretty
Like
disgusting.
most of the cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I think would be just terrible,
Yeah.
terrible dinner guests.
Actually, think about it. The best Frank moment of the entire thing is at a party where he emerges naked from the leather couch.
Yeah.
Or,
I'd really like. Would you not love to see behind like the initial script meeting or like the sort of the table read where they go through that and he's like, so I emerge fully nude and covered in sweat from a leather couch. Yep.
it's literally birthed from the crevice. Gross.
That's really good. I've got a group.
Mm-hmm.
I think the entire cast of Father Ted would be terrible dinner guests. Would be people you don't want to spend time with.
So you mean Father Ted, Father Jack,
Yeah.
Mrs. Doyle, and
Yeah.
Father Dougal.
Father Dougal. I don't think you'd want any of them at a dinner party. And on top of that, any of the other fathers in it as well. The really boring one, Graham Norton. I can't remember their names, but like they're all
I think
terrible
you
dinner
mean-
That
guests.
guy's like, and the other thing about
Yes.
the boilers is.
Yeah. What about the Father
Do you want
Fin-
me, Ted? No, with a very loud. No, Father. I think he wants me because I've got a very dull voice.
Yeah,
What about
exactly.
Father Finton Stack? The
No, see,
the
he'd,
guy
he'd
with
be good.
jungle
The guy with
music
the that plays jungle at 4 a.m.
and drills holes in the wall.
Yes.
He could be fun.
Oh, true. He could be fun. He can stay. The
By
rest,
the way,
fuck
I
off.
borrowed your car and I drove it into a big wall. Anyway, I've had my fun, and that's all that matters. This is one of my favourite episodes of the whole thing. That it's just genius.
So yeah, my one of my choices was pretty much every father in Father Ted.
That's a great shout. That's a really
Yeah,
great
because
shout.
Yeah.
They're all shit for different reasons. So yeah.
And it's just like you're in a unless you are in that kind of a circle, it's instantly an awkward party if there's nothing but Catholic priests there. That's not how I hang.
But Mrs. Doyle would just be forcing tea down you as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I haven't had a party like this since school.
Oh man, sorry. Paul Edge has just quoted one of my favourite ones. It's like, oh, he'd be like one of them. He'd be worse than Hitler. Hitler or one of them mad fellas. Well, even Hitler didn't play jungle music at 3 o'clock in the morning. So,
got some-
well done, Paul. Good.
We've got
Good
some
one.
great comments. If you want a party guest who brings the laughs, invite the Joker. Yep, nothing's ever gone wrong with the Joker turning up to a dinner party.
But it was also followed by a comment that would probably kick off a geeky conversation all in itself, which was Kisto saying, "Which one?" Question.
All
mark.
of them. It's all the fucking Joker. None of them are. They're all cunts. So like,
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the one that I would probably least want there is maybe
Jared Leto.
Is maybe Jared Leto's one, obviously.
I'd take a
but
pencil to the eye over that.
But also, like Heath Ledger's
Yeah,
like,
at least it'd be over quick with the pencil through the brain.
zero empathy. Like, there's no
No.
empathy with that guy. You know.
Yeah, Heath Ledger one.
I'd take Nicholson spraying acid in my face, or burn me with his vibrating his hand thing,
With his vibrator.
or Heath Ledger forcing me into tryouts over Jared Leto just being there. So, like, yeah, bring it. Jack also said, by the way, if you had a Jared Leto reference on your on Too Much Time on Hands bingo, you can cross that one off now. So congratulations.
That one right off.
Yeah.
Big line through that.
Yeah, fuck Jared Leto and fuck PlayStation.
Fuck PlayStation. There you go. There's another one for you.
Yeah. Jack also says, judging from one episode of The Office, Michael Scott and Jan. Yep.
Yeah, that dinner party episode is quite incredible.
Yeah, and Mr. Creosote from Monty Python's Meaning of Life. For so many reasons, he would be a terrible dinner guest.
Well, he looked like he'd be quite good fun up until the very end.
Yeah, well,
He does eat all the food.
Oh, wafer thin.
Fuck off, I'm full.
Fuck off. But he's clearly enjoyed himself. Yeah. He's got the air of a bon vivant about him. Sorry, it's a bon vivant, isn't it? Not a bon vivant.
What he don't
want is the Judea's People Front.
Fuck off. What about the People's Front of Judea?
Exactly.
Splitters.
Oh, Mr. Creosote obviously is quite a natty dresser actually as well. I mean, nice pressed white shirt, beautiful waistcoat.
Yeah, you don't get enough of that these days. Nobody would turn up like that to a dinner party now.
Gold pocket watch with an enormous chain. So all very very smart and handsome. Aside from the copious amount of vomiting and. So this is the thing for me about Mr. Creosote. The waiter runs away after he gives him the mint. Is it because it's an exploding mint, or is it literally just it's the last thing that would eventually make him pop?
I think he just knows what's coming.
Eventually make him pop. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he's fuck off. I'm full. Like he has never been pushed to the boundaries of being that full before. So like when someone offers him like this one thing, it just means that yeah.
And it gives John Cleese an excuse to do his ridiculously long-limbed run back from when he was funny.
Yes. Oh.
Speaking while I'm going to sneak in with another one while we're talking about John Cleese, Basil Fawlty, just dreadful dinner guest in general. I mean,
Basil and Sybil together.
Yes, the pair of them is not good.
Yeah, but like the sort of the effort going into it to how awkward it is ratio would be off the charts.
Yeah,
like when he's trying to arrange his like gourmet dinner party thing, and he puts the ad in the paper explicitly stating no riffraff.
Yes, exactly.
That's the Waldorf salad episode, isn't it?
Are you going to say who I think you're going to say, Duncan? Because if you are,
I was about to say Blackadder 3 Prince George, but
I think
But just Baldrick probably.
I was going to go Lord and Lady Whiteadder.
Oh yeah, Lord and Lady Whiteadder. Yeah. You disgusting boy!
Wicked child.
Yeah, a bit of a fun vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
that's a bit funny, isn't it?
When Satan saw the image of God's beautiful turnip, he was filled with jealousy, and he mashed it to destroy his sacred shape. I will have mine raw, as God intended it. I love the. At home we have a spike.
So you sit on a spike? No,
I sit on Nathaniel.
Two spikes would be an extravagance.
Yeah.
Never mind, we'll just stick forks in our thighs between courses.
Anyway, yeah. But also, Percy or Prince George or Baldrick. Baldrick would be a terrible dinner guest. You're absolutely right, Duncan.
Yeah, but like Prince George would be horrifically demanding as well. At least Baldrick wouldn't go in there expecting like a gilded swan or something.
It was also gets up to give a speech. He'd just be like, "Ah!"
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking.
Yeah. I fear you mew it like a frightened tree. I think Baldrick, if he's there, culinary skills, as we've seen through very many iterations of his character, utterly atrocious.
Bit dungy.
Yeah.
Bit dungy.
Jack says, I wouldn't want Captain Redbeard rum. I have quite dainty fingers.
You got our woman's
bottom, my lord.
I'll wager them was it Rosy Peach has ever been used to plug the hole in a sinking ship.
You got a woman's legs, my lord.
Captain Redbeard rum is obviously someone that I obviously look a little bit like as well. So
aspire to.
there are some similarities.
Yeah, more so by the day.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, however,
It's the point where everyone's
Do
very
not-
wary when Dan brings wine to a party now.
yeah. I was
He's
gonna
been
say,
swigging his for weeks. Says he likes it.
This is quite like it.
he started before the water.
Yeah. What were you going to do? Sail around the Isle of Wight till we all got dizzy?
It's what we normally do.
God.
Well, this has degenerated into
Just Blackadder quotes.
Blackadder quotes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if you had Blackadder quotes on your TMTOH,
Oh, yeah.
it's always the same. You get all keyed up and then you can't go.
So, as we are on TMTOH bingo stuff, where would we be if we didn't actually also mention The Expanse?
Who did you have in mind would be a terrible dinner guest in the
Well,
Expanse?
the proto-molecule.
Yeah, okay, the
So,
proto
yes.
molecule, yeah.
It's quite unlikely to ever get on an invite list. You're looking at quite a few people sending in, negative RSVPs before you, out of desperation, invite an alien protomolecule.
I think Peaches wouldn't be the best.
Yeah, Peaches wouldn't be great. Or what's his face?
Pierre.
The Deputy Secretary General.
Oh yeah,
His damn name.
he's so
I
slimy.
think it's terrible that you're spoiling this for me. I've been expressing my interest in this series for quite some time.
I'd said tonight I was going to have one more run at it, Tom. I promised myself I'm going to have one more run at it. You'd fucking love it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say, Tom. You would love this show. I've just rewatched.
I don't know.
Fuck off!
I just don't. It's the component parts, Dan. It just doesn't feel like it would be something I'd enjoy.
Okay.
Because
So-
the best
so-
thing you could do is watch it and then tell Dan that your reaction is,
Here's the thing, right? Yeah, but even you fucking couldn't do that, and you wanted to do that. Admit it. So
Look at his face.
yeah, look at your fucking face. I know you wanted to watch it and go, I want to tell Dan this is okay.
you got to give it until at least until they're on the Rocinante before you can make a decision about it.
But okay, hear me out, Tom. So this is the start of it. Bunch of space truckers find some alien being that is causing a load of problems. That doesn't sound like it might be up your alley or something. Then. No.
Not ringing any bells.
No,
it doesn't
nothing.
ring a bell.
I mean, the writers have openly said that it is heavily influenced by Alien.
Oh, Alien! I really like
Yeah.
Alien. Yeah,
There you
Alien's
go,
really
yeah.
good. Yeah, it was really good. I wouldn't say the alien was causing a lot of problems before they found it. I think it started causing problems after they'd found it. So maybe that's where the disconnect is.
What about Pierre? What's his name?
Jules Pierre Mao. I know,
Pierre
he's
Mao.
loaded. He'd bring some good plonk.
Yeah, that's true. But he's
Ross,
also.
what do you reckon about The Expanse? Do you think I'd like it?
I mean, you clearly would, but just I think the best thing you do is just watch it for your own personal enjoyment and carry on telling Dan you're not watching it.
Do you know
I'll
what,
do it
Russ? If the recommendation is coming from you, that's quite.
You are such a cunt.
I would say, like, to anyone who's either consider it like it's quite a lot to take in at first. There's quite a lot of world building with it. So treat the first 3 or 4 episodes a bit like the Battlestar Galactica miniseries. It's not the best representation of it,
you
but
gotta
it's
watch
really, really useful information. After they get on the Rocinante, that's when it sort of becomes what it's going to be, if you know what I mean. So
kind of
the
great.
first few
That sounds
episodes are
really-
really just like an elongated intro thing.
That
It's
sounds
kind of
amazing, actually, Russ.
Yeah.
That does. Thank you for that, Russ. I appreciate it.
yeah. Oh, so what's it called, Russ?
It's called Dan is a Bellend, and you can get it on Amazon, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean that would be where that show would go. To be fair. While we're at it, then Kane from Alien would be a terrible dinner guest. yeah,
Chest bursting parasite and all.
yeah.
I mean,
exactly,
the
yeah.
Xenomorph, to be honest, would not be the best dinner guest to have.
Well, he's coming with Kane.
He wouldn't be a welcome guest, would he?
Yeah. Just when the conversation's really flowing, and then he starts coughing, and then it's just all downhill from there.
Yeah, yeah. Having a nice meal, everything's fine. Then he has to go and steal the shit. He has to be the centre of attention, doesn't he? Unbelievable. So yeah. You got any more?
So moving away from more like dinner parties to just a proper party like what we used to do in our youth. I can't imagine anyone worse than those kids from that movie Project X.
Yes. Well, it's based on an actual party, isn't it?
No, it's based on a bunch of absolute wank, and it's full of absolute wankers. And I can't imagine anybody more annoying than that screaming tide of Gen Z skins wannabe pricks turning up at your house.
I'm going to remind you that film was made about 12 years ago.
Yeah, I think they would be technically Gen Z. There's quite a long... there's a big buffer. Otherwise, you'd have to come up with new letters for people every 6 months.
We're millennials.
We're like barely clinging in there.
That's what marketing analysts make a living of, is constantly coming up with new audiences you have to market to.
We are now at that point where the clothes that we used to wear to go out in London 15, 20 years ago are now coming back into fashion.
Yes. This is why I haven't changed my wardrobe.
I've got some bad news for you, Russ. We have just passed that point, and now they're on something else.
No, but like you can get like in Topshop, you can get like there's like Libertines t-shirts coming back and things like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And what I was quite happy to see, enormous jeans are coming back in.
No, the enormous jeans were shit. Like the enormous jeans were just
skate jeans and stuff.
Fucking cholera dragging, just bullshit.
Yeah, but I don't like I didn't like the period of skinny jeans and skinny trousers, because though I love my legs, I don't want them clinging. Trousers.
You never wear fucking trousers. It's not a problem for you. You always wear shorts.
Also, it does have to be said, if you're going to like
trousers.
If you're going to the Islington Academy,
worth it.
When pre-smoking ban, you don't want to be wearing big baggy jeans that are going to get trodden into the floor, because they're going to be an actual biohazard by the time you get home.
I'm resolutely stuck in the skinny jeans era. I really like skinny jeans. But to be fair, I used to have this pair of like lamb's wool, big furry trousers that I used to wear around at university. Got me laid a couple of times. Just gonna say.
And it's all down to the trousers.
Yeah. The lucky trousers. Maybe I'll wash them.
Emma would say it's down to your voice, Tom. You've got a very nice voice.
Yeah, there you go, Tom. You've got a lovely voice.
So yeah, that tide of barely pubescent knob ends rocking up would really put a crimp in the evening, I think.
That would really ruin it for you, wouldn't it?
It's Colin from also from What They Do in the Shadows. What We Do in the Shadows. Is it Colin? Because he's a psychic vampire. I mean, we all know people
Colin Robinson.
who is like... Yeah, Colin Robinson.
Yeah.
Because he would just literally suck the life out of the party.
Oh, the life out of the party. Otherwise, I'm thinking, he sounds quite good, actually. Well... yeah, no.
I mean, he's not that kind of vampire. The other three would actually be quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think any of the other three. Yeah, it would just be Colin would be the only one you wouldn't want there.
But we all know people
that they are vampires, though.
We could probably be all right with that.
They don't seem to kill and eat people all that often.
No, they're trying to blend in, aren't they? So.
But fairly, like there is a big pit of bodies in the garden, isn't there?
I mean, I don't think they would massacre a party. I think they would try and enjoy themselves and then just pick out a target, whereas Colin would just try and feed on the room. But we all know people like Colin. I mean, Emma and I have already mentioned other people that are exactly like Colin. Those kind of people where you start talking to and then wish you hadn't, and you've only just opened your mouth and they haven't even opened theirs, and then you go, oh no, they're about to talk. And then you all lose interest.
Can't think of anyone like that, Duncan.
I know I am that person.
I'm joking.
Shit.
I was joking. Just a joke. I don't mean it. I love you, Duncan. And
Emma's agreeing with you. She's just looked.
So a couple of comments. Stoke, which is Jack, says, but if the chest burster starts singing afterwards, then Kane would have brought some entertainment. This is very true. That scene in Spaceballs is amazing. Yeah. And Steve says, who's not a fan, it's worth mentioning, Beyonce would be my ideal dinner guest, purposely undercooked her chicken. So yeah. So Jack says, guessing you mean what they're doing What We Do in the Shadows TV series, and fairly certain Patia would be a terrible guest. Yes, that's also true. Yeah, yeah.
I need to watch that film again.
The film's great, but the TV series is better.
There's a third series.
There's a fourth series now, I believe.
Is there fourth?
I think so. Yeah.
What's the one that was just on?
4, I think.
Was that series?
I might be
4?
wrong.
Maybe.
It's
all on the iPlayer in the UK,
Yeah.
which is
and it
very
is
handy.
and it is fucking excellent as well. It's got my personal hero in it, Matt Berry, as well. So
He's all our heroes.
Fire the nuclear weapons.
fire the nuclear weapons.
Mind the gap.
Have you watched Toast of Tinseltown yet?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
It's good. It's so weird.
Do you not love that he's gone to Hollywood to film a Star Wars, and then at exactly
pops
the
up
same
in there,
time,
yeah.
he's in Star Wars? So yeah,
Can't tell. It's very hard to tell from it if it's actually filmed in America. I think they've deliberately made it ambiguous. It's full of Americans, but it could easily be filmed at like Shepperton Studios. It's all like dodgy rear projection stuff. But it's very good. It's if you like normal Toast levels times 10 in terms of weirdness. It's
Really?
like Toast crossed with Snuffbox.
Really,
Yeah,
I love
it's good.
Snuffbox.
It's very strange but very good.
Yeah, Snuffbox is great. Just love Matt Berry. Matt Berry
Yeah,
is
so do
amazing.
I love him. I think he's amazing.
Snuffbox
His
is
music,
incredible.
some of his songs.
I loved him first.
Sound like my toddler.
Some of his songs are good as well, like Medicine. That's a lovely song.
Yeah, I like that one more. Yeah.
What's going on? I don't know.
I know less.
I
don't know, I'm
can't remember
being
what came out
competitive
first,
for no
Dark Place
reason.
or Mighty Boosh. I can't remember what.
Dark Place.
They were sort of roughly concurrent, weren't they? I think Dark Place was first.
Yep.
I survived only by using the warmth in my moustache.
Terrible dinner guest then, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, Bob Fossil. He'd be awful while we're there. I mean, to be fair, Vincent Howard would probably be pretty awful dinner guests. Really fucking boring in their own ways.
Yeah. I had David Blaine, but
Oh
he's a-
my
he's a
god!
podcast
Yeah,
guy.
just like doing that
Twa.
thing that he did.
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Doing the magic. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers would be a terrible dinner guest. You're absolutely right, Duncan. I'm 100% with you.
What about Aaron Neville?
Aaron never.
So I do have it's not an individual. It's probably more like a group of people. Who are the worst people to be with in a social situation? That's right, musical theatre performers. And what is the worst example of that is the fully CGI rendered cast of Cats.
No, they would be amazing.
No, that would be awful.
No, they're coming to my.
Having buttholeless CGI,
butthole-less,
weirdly
no,
smooth
I'm not
cats at your
Yeah, no.
dinner party.
No, if they haven't
James
got the buttholes,
Corden,
I'm
one of them.
interested. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
fuck
one of
it,
them's James
yeah.
Corden.
No, he's gone. He's out of there. I
Well,
want
one
any
of them
part of that
is
shit.
one of them is Dame Judi Dench, though. However, so that
Yeah,
would be
okay.
quite. That'd be a
But I think that would be
privilege.
part. You'd be like, I've got Judi Dench and Idris Elba at my party, but you haven't. You've got creepy, weird, naked cat people.
Also, fucking Judi Dench turns round, raises an eyebrow, and then next thing you know, you're watching the BAFTAs, and it's nominated for an award at Dan's party for turning around and raising an eyebrow. Here's fucking Judi Dench.
Wow.
Wins awards for turning around and raising an eyebrow.
Dan busting out the Dame Judi Dench hatred.
Fuck Judi Dench.
Is this-
Whoa.
Wow.
I
Well,
don't
that's
really
it.
hate her.
Dan
That's-
firmly aligning himself against all British national treasures.
We'll get.
He
some
thinks
left-
David
Don't get me
Attenborough's an
started on
arsehole.
Helen Mirren. Oh, Attenborough. What a wanker.
Helen Mirren is one of those women who, through her entire career, through her entire aging process, I've always found intensely attractive. I think she's one of the
Helen
most
Mirren.
amazing, most compelling women on the face of the earth.
I agree.
Helen Mirren is a very attractive woman.
Nah, she's a twat.
She's
like
very cool in
Dench
that.
and Attenborough.
Oh, what's that film with all the old spies in it? Red.
Yeah.
You seen that and read too?
Yes.
They're very good. They are.
Isn't she in the 355, which is coming out?
I've got no idea.
No,
No.
I'm not
I
even sure
imagine-
that's the name of the film, is it? But
I'm sure it's something like that.
What
That'd be
is the
similar.
355?
It's a lady
A film-
spy thriller.
a film about a mosquito squadron in World War Two.
I don't know anything about that.
No, it's not a 633 squadron.
It's got quite a cool cast.
It looks quite good.
Yeah. I thought she was in it, but she's obviously not, and I'm just hallucinating. I might just be drunk. I don't
Who
know.
else? Who else do I fucking hate? So Judi Dench, Mirren, Attenborough. Give me some more British treasures. The only decent one's that Prince Andrew fella, I swear.
Paddington Bear.
Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman, what the fuck? Oh god, she's just awful, isn't she? What terrible! I can't do it. They're all lovely people.
I think Felicity Kendall.
Listen, she's
Is
what's
a wonderful woman.
A wonderful woman, and I'd
And I
like
want
to protect her.
her. I agree with the spotty twerps.
we just stumbled in some more terrible dinner guests right there, though, as well. Pretty much the entire cast of the young ones.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
pretty fucking awful.
Yes, yeah, you don't want. But then sticking with Rick Mail and Edmondson, you don't want Rick and Ed from
Bottom.
Bottom.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think your only get out there is that they're incredibly unlikely to ever be invited to any sort of party or social function.
Yeah, but this is why we're inviting them, because they're the worst guests.
Yes, we're trying to overload this party. We're assuming at number 10 Downing Street with just pricks.
But God, yeah,
I mean-
they would be because like Richie would really make an effort, but get everything spectacularly wrong.
With his pants above his trousers.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah, definitely. Also, while we're at it, Rick Mayall's as what's his face's dad from Man Down as well. A terrible dinner guest.
Yeah.
Although I always get the impression he was like perfectly nice and polite to everyone,
Oh, yes, no, that's true. Yeah,
apart from Greg Davis.
yeah.
That's that's one of the all-time best introductions to a character in anything, where he just gets in the car and then the bear pops up in the back seat and mauls him.
I also like the bit where he walks into his own bathroom and finds his dad taking a shit in there. He's just like, I had a rack of lamb last night. I'm not doing it over there. Your mother doesn't deserve that. It stinks.
I always love the Christmas tree where he just shoves him into the Christmas tree and then walks outside. Just-
Looks through the window going,
You don't want any of the in-betweeners either.
no,
No.
none of them. You're right. I thought maybe Simon, but no, I don't think you would.
yeah,
with
it
Simon
would
either.
go wrong, wouldn't it? Obviously.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Dan says Jabba the Hutt and his entourage, except for Salacious Crumb, he'd be great. That's fucking true. Salacious Crumb would be great. Yeah. You're right.
Lurker.
But yeah, the entourage as well, that would be a bit weird. If he gone, I brought my own music, and you're like, oh, fuck, no, Jabba, really? Okay.
Why did
No.
you have to bring? I'm really uncomfortable with you bringing a young lady in chains. That is just wrong.
Yeah, this is really
Why?
interesting
Yeah.
music, Jabba. What do
Everyone
you
else just
call
brought
it?
a bottle of wine, mate. That's
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah, it's really interesting type of music, Jack. What do you, Jack? Hi, Jack. I just saw your name. Sorry, Jabba the Hutt. That's awful. And
Are you up to date with Boba Fett?
Yes, as of today,
Has it got better than the Biker Mice
Yes.
from Mars episode?
100% yes.
Good,
Keep
because
watching.
that was. Oh dear.
100. Yeah. Oh, I've just got a message saying you do actually have a lovely voice, Tom.
Oh, who said that?
It's someone watching. They're sending me a message called Kaz. So says you got a
Oh.
lovely voice.
Thanks, Kaz. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
This honey whiskey blown voice is brought to you today by tea.
Is that from a Bowden?
Is it
No,
Bowden?
this is a Yeti mug, the gamer's choice for keeping your second cup of coffee very hot.
Actually,
Well,
I might consider getting that because Emma and I are used to get our coffees going cold.
I made this cup of tea, I think 3 and a bit hours ago. Still hot in here.
But does it taste nice if it's been sat in there for 3.5 hours?
Yeah, Yeah, because there's still, whenever time I pick it up, it still keeps the Brownian motion going. It's all good.
Never has there been a yeah that meant no more. It's that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hot,
well,
it's hot and wet.
I'm hydrated.
Hydrate being
Yeah.
I'm dehydrated because I've drunk my fine ales Ragnarok, and this is probably why now I'm just...
I mean, I'm having a drink too, but I'm not going to make a big fucking deal of it because it's not of any interest to anybody.
It's 6.8%.
sponsored
Next
by
this beer.
Coke.
Russ gets mad at us at night because he can't see the clouds.
Because of all his
Damn you,
rage.
darkness!
Yeah.
You have driven me to open another beer.
Hey! Oh, love it.
What's on the beer? What's on it? What's on the can?
It's Saltaire Velocity.
Oh, right, Russ, don't fucking bang on about it.
Yeah.
We are heavily sponsored tonight.
Yeah.
It has the main things I look for in an alcoholic drink these days, which is a low percentage sign. Because otherwise I get headaches because I'm old.
Also sponsored by Corsair. Send us some free shit,
We
Corsair.
clearly have no idea how any of this works.
Send us some free shit, please.
I don't think
Also
that's gonna
sponsored by Elequish,
happen. Yeah, that's
Superman's alternative.
a name that I've not heard before or indeed since seeing it on your chair.
It's a mark of quality, although all their products have been discontinued on Amazon.
Seriously. Yes. So if Corsair
I'm joking, I
wants to
don't
send
know
us
if
some
that's
free shit, that would be great.
Yeah, some RAM would be nice. I'd like some probably 3200 or 3666 RAM would be good. 16 gig. Need an upgrade.
Yeah, that'd be great. Case.
Daddy needs an upgrade.
A nice
We
case
really
would
are.
be nice.
We really would be the worst dinner guests.
Yeah, okay. I think we've established that we are the worst guests.
we'd be quite annoying. I think we'd only entertain each other. I think we'd exclude people.
Sorry, I'm just using my Corsair keyboard to type things.
Jesus Christ.
what
Until I
about
got
some-
drunk and got my clothes off.
Blue Yeti there. Just some
You're literally just naming shit you've got around your office now.
Yes. Okay, bad dinner guests. Apart from us, we are cunts. We are aware of that.
Dr.
by-
Statham from Green Wing.
Oh, quality pick.
That's an amazing
Absolutely quality.
Yeah.
It was a chirrup. What noise does a chiff chaff make? Ah, Mr. Boyce, I wonder what would the onomatopoeically named chiff chaff make? Chiff chaff, chiff chaff, chiff chaff.
However, Sue White, I would definitely have. She wouldn't be terrible. She'd be hilarious.
I absolutely fancy Sue White.
Oh my god,
so
she's
much.
so hot. Oh, sorry. We both actually, Emma and I both do. We both have we just like, yes, it's just a bit too sexy.
She's amazing. I would want her at the dinner guest with the long arms.
I want the button. Just when he just goes, fuck off.
Fuck off. Anyway. Yes. Guy Secretan would also be awful. He would be a terrible dinner guest. Terrible. Joanna Claw as well. If Alan Statham came, it would probably be because Joanna Claw came.
I don't know. She would be quite funny, I think, and terrible at the same time. Oh, what's his name? Her son,
Guys, Martin Deer.
Martin. Martin would be
Fartin.
He would be terrible. It's sticking with Statham though, because I would also have Jim from Friday Night Dinner. Hello.
You smell
Wilson. Shalom. So it would just be inappropriate, uncomfortable.
Jack said any of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park wouldn't be great. It's true. The Dilophosaurus specifically, he says.
Yeah, Dilophosauruses didn't actually have the big frills. That was an addition.
Oh, don't ruin dinosaurs.
I don't ruin
Velociraptors
dinosaurs.
didn't actually look like that either.
Stop
They had
ruining
feathers.
them.
Velociraptors were big. Well, they were actually turkey-sized, feathered little things, weren't
But,
they?
there is something else that they just shouldn't have been called Velociraptors in Jurassic Park. I can't remember what so there is a dinosaur that was like that,
Deinonychus would have been a closer.
but they weren't. Velociraptors
appropriation.
are about the size of a chicken and not very threatening.
But what
Yeah.
sounds cooler?
Velociraptor.
Well, I think there was an element of that going into the thing. Like at the time they were making Jurassic Park, people had started to realise that dinosaurs were actually like pastel coloured and covered in feathers. To which everyone went, "Nope, not going in the movie."
It's not as cool, is it?
Like T-Rex basically was had like a punk do and feathers
It's not
over
really
it.
punk music. It's more like glam kind of.
No, he
Yeah,
has
like
the
big
cool,
feather bow around his shoulders.
Yeah.
Something I found out from my son was, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is something he read in one of his books. Tyrannosaurus Rex, not a great hunter, probably more likely a scavenger, which I thought was a bit mind-blowing.
Yeah, but then I suppose if you think about it, if something that big, not going to be the nimblest of things at sneaking through the undergrowth, is it?
They could run at a speed of 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, but I
and
bet
did
they'd
have an-
cornered like a fucking coach.
Yeah, that's true. They did have an amazing sense of smell. So actually, the scavenger bit is probably very accurate. However, they changed. So Chris Packham did a really interesting program about this, and the thought is that they have found fossils of juvenile T-Rexes, and the arms are the same length as the adults, but as if they were an adult T-Rex. But because the body size is smaller, the arms are actually longer, so they could actually use their arms. So Neoscene, which is the keeping of juvenile characteristics in adulthood, it's an example of. So the juvenile T-Rexes might have actually been more effective predators than the adult T-Rex. But
That's quite cool, actually. Yeah.
Tell Vinny.
we've lost Dan. But yeah, you're right. None of the dinosaurs would be a good dinner guest because you probably couldn't fit them in the room.
Paul says Utah Raptors, I think. That made me laugh.
Yeah, they could have been Utah Raptors. That is true. They could be. But again, Utah Raptors were feathered.
Jack says Dilophosaurus was about 7 meters long and 8 foot tall.
And didn't have a frill.
Like my dick!
But your no, not like your dick. 'Cause your dick's
Dilophosaurus
got
is the one
funny
that
frill.
eats Wayne Knight, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Oh, Christ. Get back up. Oh, God. All for the sake of a joke.
No, it wasn't worth it. I realised. I saw myself putting this face like, as I was leaning
Yeah,
back and thought,
looking like
no,
a
it's definitely
bum.
not worth it, yeah. Who else would be bad at dinner parties, guys?
So I was
Emperor?
thinking,
Emperor.
if we go more towards specifically a dinner party, what you don't want is huge amounts of drama. So basically, anyone from a soap opera, you don't want to be there. If you've got anyone from like fucking Hollyoaks or EastEnders or anything like that, you're going to get drinks thrown at people. You're going to have people screaming about whether they're their mother or not. There's going to be some sort of intense drama happening, which you're really not going to want just as you're about to bring out the canapes.
And there'll be a lot of mumbling, which you don't really want either. Because if it's noisy, you're never going to understand what the fuck to say.
Is that a thing from soap opera? Everyone mumbles? I suppose if you've got like the Mitchell
Phil
brothers,
Mitchell.
You've got the Mitchell brothers.
yeah.
You've got Phil
who
Mitchell.
probably haven't been in EastEnders for, 15 years now?
Shirley. I mean, he's still in it. Steve McFadden.
Is he still in
God bless
EastEnders?
Yeah, yeah.
So
he's
I
still in
suppose
it.
actually my question should go: is EastEnders still going?
Yes.
Yeah.
And is Steve Mitchell still in it?
Steve Mitchell.
Whichever.
Steve
What's his
McFadden
name?
plays
I don't
Phil
know.
Mitchell. Yes.
Yeah.
What are they called? Phil Mitchell. What's the other
Phil
one?
Mitchell.
Grant Mitchell.
Grant Mitchell.
And who's the one that was in the band?
That's the Kemp. Ross Kemp.
That was,
Yeah.
No, that was Steve Kemp, who was in.
No, Ross Kemp was in Spandau Ballet as well.
Ross Kemp.
Not Ross Kemp. Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
And who's his
Kemp.
brother?
Martin
Kemp.
Kemp. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Ross Kemp.
Ross Kemp is Grant Mitchell. He wasn't in a band. He was
Yeah.
in a band
Yes, he
of
was with his
warriors
brother.
known
They're the Mitchell brothers.
as- known
But
as
he
the
was- he was-
Super Army soldiers. So yeah,
He was too hard for the paras.
yeah, exactly.
Do you think I need guns like this? Actual SAS guys have told me what it stands for.
Yeah.
I mean, they can smell their own.
I'm still not 100% sure he realised that had been written as humour. And when he read it, he's like, yeah, that's the sort of thing that I would say. Yeah, that's very realistic.
Yeah.
Super Army
Soldier.
soldiers. Special Air Service, isn't it? What? No.
Right. Other bad dinner guests. Darth Vader won't eat anything.
And the
Looks
Emperor.
weird. Yeah, the Emperor's pretty.
Yeah,
bad as well.
makes a big scene at the end of the table.
I say Boba Fett.
I didn't
want that,
Vader. Go and get me some sausages.
Paul says the Crankies would be guests from hell. Your car keys are going in a bowl whether you like it or not.
I'd love a go on Jeanette Cranky. Sorry, that's a great line from Gavin and Stacey. I can't take any credit for that. I would love to have a go on Jeanette Cranky.
Gavin and Stacey was really good.
No, it wasn't.
It was. You've got to
was.
overcome the fact that James Corden's in it.
I can't.
You
That's
know for a
okay.
fact that Ruth Jones was the one that wrote most
I
of
don't
it.
give a fuck. I hated it. Oh, it's like, oh, no, I didn't like it.
It was good, man. Definitely the first two series, anyway.
Working in Essex really fucking kills it.
Yeah, that's true.
It becomes too much of a documentary.
Yeah, that's every day is Gavin and Stacey. Yeah,
There's a lot of polo shirts buttoned all the way up to the top
what in Essex? Yeah,
in Gavin and Stacey.
everywhere nowadays.
It really annoys me.
Very
that.
much of the time, though.
Yeah,
That was the fashion, wasn't it? Shirts without
Yeah.
ties done right.
Still
afterwards.
looked
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
Never sat well with me.
no,
It looks stupid then. It looks stupid now. It always looks fucking stupid. Why the fuck would you do it?
What? Did they button all the way to the top?
The fuck's no.
No.
You want your hair out. You want
Whoa.
more. You
Whoa.
want all of it down so you can get all the rug. As you know.
I think it's this jumper's collar's it's too black. You can't see that it's actually a
Black.
You look like you're just ahead.
Yeah, you do kind of look like you got some sort of special effect over you.
Yeah,
Oh, what the? You wouldn't want.
One day I'm going to
You wouldn't want the
paint your
Daleks.
house. I'm going to paint myself naked with that paint that is blacker than black, and I'm just going to wait until you turn the light off.
Can't you? I
Unless-
thought you could only. Isn't
No.
Anish Kapoor the only person that's allowed to use that?
You can find it. You can still find it. I think you can get hold of that sort of paint. I'm pretty sure most people can get that.
It's made of carbon nanotubes, isn't it?
Could be.
yeah.
It is.
Could be.
Yeah.
Have to take
It
your
is.
word for that.
Yeah.
It is quite cool stuff.
Did you see there's a video on YouTube of a guy that paints a very small room, every single surface of it, he paints it in this, and then isolates himself in there for about 2 or 3 hours, and by the end of it, he comes out like a little something has snapped in his head, just like an absence of any light whatsoever. Is just, he said, it's just bizarre. Like you cannot. He said, I felt like I was in an expanse. Just an abyss.
A what? Sorry, you haven't caught my attention. What?
Yeah, well, I purposely chose that word because I knew that it would set a twitching in your cheek.
The Abyss, yeah, great movie.
Yeah, The Abyss was brilliant. Michael Biehn, Revelation.
Yeah, it's
Like
good to
you
see
think
that there's
that's thing-
something that's clever sci-fi that's doing something that's not stuff you've seen a million times before, and The Abyss is absolutely that.
It is though, to be fair. The Abyss is brilliant.
Groundbreaking.
No, the Abyss.
Genre defying.
Yeah. I'm going to say you probably wouldn't want whoever has the thing in them in the thing at your party as well.
Yeah, but that's tricky though, isn't it? Who are you going to invite?
So
Who
it's
are you
tough
going
to
to
tell.
not?
Just don't invite any of those pricks. Would be what I would say. Just...
I like the idea that the thing is in them. It's like it's up.
Oh,
them
the
or
thing is
something.
them, isn't it? Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's watch that film again. Yeah.
I would also not invite Dwayne Dibley.
No.
Not
Duke
Dwayne.
of Dork.
Dwayne. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Rimmer for that matter either.
Oh yeah. No, actually, sod Dwayne Dibley, you have to go through a polymorph. You don't want the polymorph there. There's a polymorph.
But then if you have the polymorph, you can get Rimmer turned into Ace Rimmer, who would be excellent.
Yeah.
But then you'd have Dwayne Dibley. But yeah, Ace Rimmer is amazing. Like you would want Ace Rimmer and Flash, Lord Flashheart.
Oh god, Lord Flashheart would be a great dinner guest, except when he tries to blow us all up.
I think you would want to be.
both the best
You would want
and
to be
worst.
at a party with Flashheart, but you wouldn't want to be the host
No.
or responsible for the furnishings or anything like that.
Yeah.
He is both the best and the worst.
You also wouldn't want to turn up with your wife if
No.
Flashheart was there.
No, that's. Steve says the Mitchell brothers are in Life at the Ocky. Don't forget that. So Steve's from the Marveling Marble podcast. He has been painstakingly coming up with. We basically had this throwaway comment that no one's ever made a darts film before, and we think darts would be a really exciting film to watch because it is a fun, it's exciting sport to watch. So now Steve has been coming up with his darts film called Life at the Ocky, featuring the Mitchell brothers, and I think Statham was in it as well. As like the third
Statham
Mitchell
would be
brother.
brilliant in a darts movie.
He would be.
Statham would be good.
I would have The Rock there as well. Why
In
not?
the darts movie, just throwing darts through the board.
Brilliant.
What you got to remember about the darts movie, though, is it's not about the darts.
No, it's about the relationships forged in between the darts.
It's about the raw sexual magnetism.
In the white heat of the Ocky.
There you go. Yeah, that's why it's Life at the Ocky. Steve's on something here. So he's done a trailer and everything. It's worth a watch.
Do you remember that Smith and Jones thing with the darts, but instead of throwing darts, they just grab a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a double vodka. And another double vodka.
It's almost looked like Tom was in a tactile neck there.
Nice. So that's a pretty appalling party we put together.
Yeah, any more? Starscream, I don't really want him there. Partially because he's a shit. Secondly, because he's a giant robot, and I haven't got room for that.
Yeah.
I mean, Boba Fett from the movies, because he only says 4 words.
Yeah, and he's a clumsy fuck at the best of times as well. He'll knock everything over.
I wouldn't want the Ewoks.
Well, because they eat people.
Bit unruly, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Shit
Jar Jar
everywhere.
Binks.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't want
'cause
Jar
it's
Jar.
a
Or to
prick.
be fair, any of the Jedi, really. They're quite fucking boring.
C-3PO.
Has anyone listened to that podcast I recommended, where they are currently writing Jar Jar Binks the movie?
No,
I don't
not
think
yet.
it'd be my cup of tea. So.
Ah, well, don't listen to it then.
I haven't got around
I'm not
to
that into it. I'm not that invested, Tom. You can do what you fucking want with this one. Yeah.
it.
Tan says at college my friend had an idea for a movie about a gay Asian darts player. I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah,
This.
I'm into that.
About time.
Yeah.
About time.
This would be very cool.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
So there
Brent,
we go. Okay.
Brent. Sorry, I'm
So
now
slick.
tired and a wee bit tipsy because I've had a beer.
So
You,
there
you
we
have
go.
sort of slumped slightly off of censor, it's got to be said.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What's his name?
So there we go. It's probably a good time to round up. While Duncan is looking
I just said,
decidedly
what's
worse
his name
for wear.
from The Office? Thingy Brent.
Brent.
Oh, yeah,
Brent,
what's
David
his
Brent,
name?
definitely.
David Brent.
I don't know. I think Brent you'd want Brent there, so you'd be laughing at him, not with him.
As long as
But
he
yeah.
didn't bring Chris Finch, because I fucking hate Chris Finch.
Finchy.
Horrible.
Oh no, there we go. No, Finchy's a bell end. You wouldn't
Yeah,
want him
Finch is
there.
awful.
Yeah.
He's awful. He's the person that just
He's
lays into
magnificently
everyone.
awful.
Yeah,
He is.
horrible,
Yes.
horrible human being.
Must have been a lot of fun to write and to come
Yeah.
up with just the worst example of humanity.
And he went on to be like quite a serious actor after that as well, didn't he?
Yeah. But I think
Well, I mean,
the thing about
to be
Chris
fair,
is
he
he's
already
appallingly realistic. Like I've
Yeah.
met Chris Finches in real
Oh
life.
yeah. I've
So
met
like
Brent's
you could
in real
easily
life as well, though.
you can easily write someone who just says horrific things, but it wouldn't feel realistic. Where you meet people like Chris Finch all over the place.
It's
Yeah.
interesting how a lot of those people are always in sales as well. They are always sales wankers. Yeah.
I lived with someone who was in sales, and he came home one day and he bought a bracelet that said improved his balance to the point of perfection, and that he could go sit on his bike without pedaling, and he could just he would have perfect balance. And I was like, you sound like a shit salesman now, like because you just fell for this.
Yeah,
bollocks.
if you've
Yeah.
bought that,
Yeah, yeah. It was cokehead, that's why. Anyway,
Yeah. On that note, there we go. A very nasty bunch of people that you really would not want. Holy crap! Someone's just suggested Eamon Goeth from Schindler's List.
Yeah, I mean, I think fairly obviously.
Wow. Okay, right. He's not exactly a popular culture character. He's a real life person, war criminal, and human rights violator of the worst magnitude. Yes. No.
So him,
Right.
Chris Finch, kind of.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, wow.
Todd
Yes.
Packer as well. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And also, while we're at it, the Green Bay Packers as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what else you're not allowed into? The fucking championship game. So fuck you. Boom, I'm out of here.
Boom, there we go. And on that note, let's wrap it up. So if you
Dan's left
agree, or
already.
if you've got any characters that you think should be at the worst dinner party of all time,
He hasn't left.
let us know. Hit us up on social media. Use the handle at TMTOOH, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you are on Instagram, head over to the bio page and you'll find a link to our Discord server where there's all sorts of conversations and stuff going on. I'll hand over to Dan quickly. What kind of podcast can we expect this week?
This one and the previous one. We're working on something, aren't we, Steve? At some point?
He's not going to reply.
No, it's weird that, isn't it? I shouldn't do that. Yeah, there'll be something coming up with Marvel and Marvel as well. We haven't figured out what yet, though.
Tremendous. So there's nothing left to do now apart from say goodbye, Russ.
Laters taters.
Goodbye from me, Tom. Goodbye, Duncan.
Sarah, babes.
Goodbye, Dan.
Yeah, and if you like American football, listen to the American Football Club podcast, The Gridiron Gentleman, because we're doing loads of really cool stuff at the moment.
Very nice.
And
on
bye.
Bye. And on that note, Russ, get that finger ready.
I'm ready.
Let's cue the
I
music.
use a pencil, actually. 'Cause
Get that
the
pencil
rubbery
ready.
tip is quite good for gripping the button, but it's ready. It's ready to
Okay.
go whenever you say the magic words.
So with no further ado,
Oh, one
and now
last
that-
thing.
Gripping in the button is what Dan does when he's having a wank.
Can we go
Right,
now?
Duncan's gone.
And on that note, we cue the music.